As we cover our second week in a row from the Delaware Standardbred Owners Association Awards Dinner, let's learn about Dr. Paul Hanebutt, who received the President's Award. Why was he honored on this special evening? Who better to tell us than DSOA President Andy Markano?
Dr. Hanebutt got the award because for the last 20 years he's contributed to our monthly newsletter various veterinary topics, which is not an easy thing to do, to come up with a different idea every month. On top of that, whenever we had commission meetings and had medication issues or concerns or anything, Doc would come and testify on our behalf. And even when we didn't need him there, he would come unsolicited to see what was happening in the industry. So he took a real interest in the sport, and he's been a great help to us. And he's not going to do the letter anymore after 20 years. We'll have to find somebody else. I hope we can. But it's just a recognition of his efforts, and he's always been there for us, and he's a wonderful man. So that's why we gave it to him.
What an honor. This is so great, and I'm so happy for you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It's great. I don't know what to say. It's, the horsemen have been a big part of my life. I've been here 45 years, and it's been, they've given me lots of things. I've written my little article once a month, but it's all these other people I've met have made a big difference in my life and Kathy's life, and it's been pretty special.
So let's talk about you a little bit. I know that you graduated from Purdue, and then you were in Florida for not even a year, right? But you have been in Delaware for over 4 decades now.
Yes, I came here in January '79. In fact, the girls at the office, we do anniversary dates of hire for all the employees, and do a cake and all kinds of stuff. And so I'm seeing patients the other morning, and 3 of the guys came back and said, "Well, Dr. Hanebutt, today's your anniversary." And I'm like, oh my goodness, that was January 1979 when I showed up. And I drove into town. I'd left Orlando, and I got into town. It was 85 degrees when I left Orlando. It was 12 below when I rolled into Dover and checked into a motel.
That says a lot, because he actually left the Sunshine State to stay here for this long, and we absolutely love you for that. And of course, you're a partner in the Brentford Animal Hospital, and we appreciate all the work that you've done on our Standardbreds and all the love that you have given them. And one of the things also is that, and this is off the horse subject, but you are not only a great vet, but a great musician, right? So talk about all of the different instruments that you play.
Yeah, so I've been playing trumpet since I was 12, I guess. And so along with trumpet or whatever other brass instruments, but I play trumpet and flugelhorn and cornet and piccolo trumpet. And I've played in the Dover Symphony, and I'm currently playing in a group called the Delaware Winds. And then when I have some free time, then I like to play at blues jams and take my horns and hang out with the guitar players and do my thing. And then at church, Kathy's our organist, and I play my horns, and I play piano and guitar and bass, whatever other things I need to play to make our music work at our church services too. So it's that's my next gig. Whenever I retire, I'm going to become a professional trumpet player. I remember telling kids when I was in high school, I was like a sophomore, and I was loving my science classes and loving band, and I remember having this conscious thought, I'm like, I think if I can get into vet school, I'll eat more regularly than a professional trumpet player. So far that's worked out.
Because I was going to ask you, did you always want to be a vet?
Pretty much. I mean, I grew up with livestock and horses and pigs and a few cows and, dogs and cats around the farm. And so it was just kind of a thing. I don't know what put that in my mind, but I always thought, I think I'd like doing this. And we always had the vet come to the farm, and we'd castrate the horses and that was back in the days when we were tube worming everything instead of all the paste and whatever we're using nowadays, and taking care of the pigs and whatever had to be done with the other livestock. And I just kind of thought, That's it, the science and the math and the chemistry and all that stuff. It was like, I can do this. This is a piece of cake. Well, maybe a piece of cake. But then I always played piano and trumpet from the time I was a little kid. So that's been just another thing for me. So.
Well, then I think the final question is, did you always want to be a DSOA President's Award winner?
I am humbled and privileged to be a part of this. I can't tell you, I feel like I've contributed such a small amount to the DSOA with all the things that you guys do to make this function, and Sal, for all the years that he did things to make sure all the paperwork was available and insurance stuff and all the things that the board has done for membership. And all I had to do was write a little paper every month, so I had the easy job.
You are so appreciated. Thank you so much, Doc Hanebutt.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.